Hey guys, welcome to Hawaii. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to another edition of Mike's Songwriting Kitchen. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, anyways, enough with the cheesy dad-esque intro. Dad jokes. And I'm not even a dad yet. Might as well be though. I am married, happily married, but I am not a dad yet. So, anyways, yes, welcome to another edition. We will not be talking about songwriting today. We will actually be discussing Spotify. It is my favorite platform for artists. I think it's very, very important if you're an artist like you or me, one of the small guys and gals. I think it's very important to not only be on Spotify, but also know how to increase your streams and your presence on Spotify. In another video, I'll talk about increasing your streams on Spotify. Today, I'm just going to talk about the platform of Spotify and why it's so important. There are other videos out there that discuss Spotify and explain some things, but I'm still going to break it down for you. So, how does Spotify level the playing field? It's quite simple. Playlists. What are playlists? They're like the digital version of a mixtape. You know, back in the day, way back in the day, if you used cassettes, you'd painstakingly play, record, go through that whole motion, rewind back, with your little pencil or whatever, and make a mixtape and share it with your peeps. Fast forward a little bit, we got into CDs and Napster and LimeWire and ripping songs off the internet, and people getting in trouble for that. But and then fast forward even further, and now we're into the age where everything's like MP3s and digital and all that stuff. Well, Spotify plays on that fact. That's how Spotify exists. And these playlists level playing field because they give you and I a chance to actually get our music onto those playlists and be heard by thousands and millions of people. You don't have to be a major label or a major artist to end up a Spotify editorial playlist. However, there are a lot of things that you do have to do to trip the algorithms to even land on that playlist. So it's not just like a walk in the park, A lot of the artists that I work with, when I first start working with them, they're looking at less than 1,000. That's their stream count on their songs. All their songs are less than 1,000, less than 1,000, less than 1,000. That could be anywhere from like one stream to like 50 to 100. That could be $9.99. I don't know, but it's less than 1,000. No one's listening to that music. In fact, an oft quoted statistic that you can fact check me on if you want, that's put out there is that 40,000 songs a day are added to Spotify. And I don't think that's 40,000 major labels. That's 40,000 people like you and me putting our songs on Spotify and ending up into the pile of people that are less than 1,000. Pretty much, if you don't promote your music, if you don't promote your Spotify, if you aren't a touring band that everybody knows, or you aren't on the radio, you don't have your song on a TV show or a movie or anything, no one knows about you other than your family in your little small town or whatever, your Spotify is going to just keep on being less than 1,000. You've got to promote your music. But that's what's great about Spotify. You can do it. Now back to Spotify. Okay. So on Spotify, as far as playlists go, there are different types of playlists. Not every playlist on Spotify is owned and curated by Spotify. There are the playlists that are owned by third parties, which can be me, it could be you, it could be a record label. There are record labels, they put it under different names, but they own their own playlists with millions of users. So it's kind of that one. I haven't cracked that code yet. If you crack that code and figure out how to get onto one of those playlists, you let me know. That would be great. I'll share it with everybody else. But I haven't cracked the code on getting onto major label playlists. But I think it's because, it's like the rest of the industry. It's closed. The door is closed by the gatekeepers, and they're only promoting their artists. But with a Spotify editorial playlist, which I'm going to broach on now, you don't have to worry about the gatekeeper. The algorithms for Spotify, that's the gatekeeper. If you trip the algorithms, well, you get a pass through the gate. You get to land on this playlist, and you get the chance to put your song before thousands and millions of people. Now, there's two tiers of Spotify playlists. There's the one you land on when you first get on a editorial playlist, and it's smaller. Granted, it's not like small potatoes. It's like 60,000 users, 100,000, maybe even a million, sometimes a million. But generally, what I have seen with the artists I've worked with, you get anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 streams a day with that little bitty playlist. And generally, your song might be there for a couple of days. It might be there for a week. It's not going to stay on there. So it's a short run. But I have seen it with another artist that I work with where she was on there and then, for 3 days, and then, her song still kept on trending. So then she was on another one for, 6 days. So, they can generate a lot of streams for you. Now, if your song does well, if it's a song that really hits a lot of people in a good kind of way and, just really does a good job, then you can go on to the second tier, which are the bigger editorial Spotify playlists. These are the millions and up. I haven't hit one of those playlists yet because I've worked with some great artists and some great songs, but we just, for whatever reason, those songs haven't hit the bigger playlists just yet. But I do know that the pathway is that first tier and then onto the second tier if your song does well. If you get to the second tier, you tell me, please, how many streams you get a day, or if you track that. I recommend tracking that just to see, so you can see how things work with Spotify. But so yeah, get on that second tier, and then, dude, if you get on that second tier, you start blowing up because you've got the second tier playlist. A lot of industry people go to that playlist. A lot of playlisters go to that playlist. Blah 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 blah. It just starts trickling down and going back and trickling down and going back in this big old circle of just awesomeness. So that's why playlists on Spotify level the playing field, give an artist like you and an artist like me the opportunity and the chance to get our music out to millions of people and blow up from where we are. And I recommend it over other streaming platforms. I do, however, recommend that you are on all streaming platforms. But as far as a promotion strategy, I recommend that you focus on your Spotify because I believe it's the one that is unparalleled in its ability to give you the chance to get your music heard by people. It doesn't pay more per stream, say, than Apple Music does, but I don't think Apple Music has as many users as Spotify. So you got to go where the ears are. You got to go where people are listening, what people are using. It could change tomorrow, but it hasn't yet. So while we have Spotify, use it. I recommend it. I've used it, and I've been able to grow the streams of the artists that I've worked with. What else do we need to know? I think that's it for right now. I will do another video on how to increase your streams. Some of it may seem counterintuitive or may seem like selling out to the man or whatever, but if you really want to get your music out there, you can. You just got to do the things that you got to do to get it out there. It's just as simple as that.